what is it with ex-girlfriends that for some reason they seem to want to get in shape and stop being crazy after they leave you? I mean, I'm serious. I said to her, I said, if you would stop the whole setting people on fire and cutting the brakes and faking pregnancies thing, we would have never broken up. You know? I'm just saying that's what we would have never broken up had you stopped doing that. I mean, when your family came over and you went into the bathroom and they said, "Sweet Jesus boy, get out while you can," maybe I should have listened to that. Granted, you were extremely good looking and you have a fantastic body, and I really enjoyed getting it on with you. So I probably wouldn't have listened anyway. But that's the thing I got to realize. You got to look at the way people's, the significant others, their relatives, the look in their eyes when they see you walk into the house. Because a lot of times they'll try to judge you. They'll look at you as the guy coming in to meet with the girl. They look at you and they give you that look like, "Look at you, you dirty bastard. I know what you want. You're just another guy who just wants to come here and have the nerve to meet me and try to ask for permission to put your penis in my daughter. You dirty bastard, I ought to cut you." That's what the guy's thinking. That's what the father's thinking. Right? And that's usually what happens. But I should have known something was up when I walked in and the guy's like, "Listen, yeah, I'm not really going to learn your name. I'll probably, there's really no reason for me to try to learn your name, sir, because it's probably going to be on the restraining order. It's probably going to be on the reports at the courts after the first time she tries to kill you. So there's really no reason for me to try to memorize it. But if somehow you're able to de-crazy my daughter, I just want to say welcome to the family. I want to say that I was just like you. Her mother was exactly the same way. And, when they say getting shot, that the bullet burns when it goes in, they're not kidding. And also, guard your genitals and your neck when she gets upset. That's all I'm saying. Her mother pulls you to the side. "I know what he said. He's just being dramatic. My daughter is, she's saying she's crazy, and of course I bet he said that I was crazy. I'm not crazy. He's the one that's crazy. I tell him to do stuff. Like I say, go to the store for me, and he's saying all of this. I'm in the bathroom right now." And I'm thinking, what does that got to do with me? You either go to the store now, or I come in there, yeah, this is the family I wound up going into. What the hell? See, that's what happens when you're 20 years old, or you're 22 years old, or you're 25 years old, or whatever. You put up with crap. You put up with crap that you just want to have access to some woman's delicious hee-ha-ha-ha, and you don't care what the hell happens. You'll put up with anything. Me, as an older guy, oh, no. No. The first sign of bull crap, I am the hell out of there. Because I'm at the age now where, you're dating to find someone that maybe you can have children with, maybe, in a marriage. And so I'm thinking, because you have to think in terms of, in the beginning of the relationship, everything's great. You got all the hormones going and everybody's great and everything's fantastic and all of this kind of crap. But you have to ask yourself, what's this going to be like when those hormones are gone and it's just you two together? What's it going to be like then? What's it going to be? See, my thing is, everybody talks about the first time you lay down together, and the first time, and she's undressed, and she's just wonderful in the first time. And it's the same thing with the first time he's this, the first time that. No, man, forget about the first ever. Forget first schmerst. You know what you need to think about? Think about what's going to happen 50 screws in. The 51st time you screw, ask yourself, wait a second. Because by then, people start acting like they're really going to act. You understand what I'm saying? When you're sitting at the table and you're ordering something, and the waitress smiles at you, and you smile back the same way you would have smiled at any other human being that would have smiled, and you can already see her looking at your neck, rubbing the tip of the knife. She looks good, doesn't she? No, she doesn't. Why are you looking at her? Because she was talking to me. Oh, so you're going to talk to the bitch, huh? Okay, here we go. And this is not gender specific. Guys are just as nuts. I've known guys that were literally standing at the door when their women came home. And this guy goes, "Oh, wait a minute. It's 6:03, woman. You're supposed to be home at 6 o'clock. It takes 15 minutes to get from your office to the house. And it's 6:03. Who you with?" And women, see, guys, when guys are dealing with an angry woman, we kind of calm down and shut up a little bit. We go, "Oh yeah, girl, I was just, women will fire right back, man. They come back with the bombs. They don't do any kind of subtle stuff. They come in with the Uzi. What you doing? 6:03. You gonna come back? 6:03. 6:03. 3 minutes. You think I left you for a man who's going to last for 3 minutes plus travel time? If I was going to do that, I might as well stay with you. Bam. That's right. They go for it. And that's the thing, man. I used to see my grandparents' marriage. My grandparents married. They were married for a long period of time before they passed away, and it was a beautiful thing to see. The marriage is weird, but it was nice to find someone that'll put up with your particular brand of idiocy for that length of time. That's basically what you will when you get married in the first place. It's like, listen, I'm a huge douchebag, and you're nuts. But your nuttiness, I find endearing. And apparently you find my douchebaggery very endearing as well. So let's ruin each other's lives instead of torturing two other people. What do you say? And in addition to that, let's make two small people who turn into big people who go on to screw up the lives of other people. Let's keep this dysfunction right here. Because that's what you're doing. I wish it was like when we were kids, man. Because you can't even end a relationship anymore. Nowadays, people are, you even see it on the internet. People are going nuts and stabbing each other and blowing each other up and driving cars over top of each other and all this weirdness. Or if you have any money, they try to take all your money. Or, so one parent wants to hide the kids from the other one, which is really hilarious. Especially because usually what happens is you both love your kids. Okay, both parents love the kids. But let's keep it real. There's always one parent that loves the kids more than the other one. No one will admit that. No parent's going to admit that. No one's going to go, "Son, I love you." Not as much as your mother does. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Sometimes I find you quite annoying. No parent's going to say that. And the mother's not going to go, "I carried you for 9 months and you're just as painful on the outside of my body as you were on the inside. Would you please shut up and get away from me?" They're not going to say that. They may want to, but they're not going to say it. And it always amazes me that when people break up, they do the nastiest crap you could possibly think of to each other. And you see, I get a kick out of watching one parent threaten the other parent with keeping the kids. "Oh yeah, well you're never going to see the kids." Because usually the person saying that is the person that likes the kids more. The other parent's going, "Let me get this straight. The kids that are annoying the crap out of me, you're going to keep them in the house with you. I'm just going to have to kick down some money to you, which based on the percentage that the judge is going to take is much less than I would have been paying had I been in the house with you. And in addition to that, I get to show up every couple of weeks with some gifts, be the great guy, and then leave, and then you have to do all the disciplining. And in addition to that, I get to bang my secretary. Oh, this divorce is going to suck. No. But even after hearing all of that and living through all of that and seeing all of that and experiencing all of that, I still one day would like to get married and still one day would like to have kids. It would be cool to do that because I love hanging out with my little nephews and my little cousins and all that kind of stuff. I know it's different being a parent. I know it's different being a parent than being a cousin, even if they're at your house all the time, even if you have them for extended periods of time. I know it's different. But I love kids. So what am I going to do? You can't rent them. Can you rent kids? I better stop this podcast and go do some Googling. I might be able to rent some kids. And you can have fun with them. You can play with them. You can teach them some math and read to them. Then when they start becoming big pains in the ass, you get rid of them. Oh, man, I definitely got to do some Googling. Okay, guys, until next time, this is Anthony, the Yes Anthony Says podcast. I got to go. I've got to find out if I can rent some kids and then give them back to people after I finish, playing baseball with them and stuff. I got to look this up. See you.